heavyweights for you. Rohan Wallace and Joe Mesi. Baby Joe Mesi out of Buffalo, New York, was an alternate on the 1996 United States Olympic team. 6'1", 224 pounds, 12-0 with 10 knockouts. And his opponent tonight is Rohan Wallace. He's 24 years of age. He was born in Kingston, Jamaica, now fighting out of Capitol Heights, Maryland. And he has a professional record of 6-3 with 4 knockouts.
Yeah, pretty good amateur, Joe Mesi. Beat Hasim Rahman, who's, of course, a rated contender in the heavyweight division today. So he had a good amateur background, and that should carry him well in this fight and in his career.
Well, already a little testy in the ring. And referee Blair Talmadge says, keep it clean, fellas. So the fans here at the Blue Horizon into it. So is Baby Joe Mesi, who came into the ring wearing his Buffalo Sabres jersey. Of course, the Sabres have advanced to the Stanley Cup final.
You should note, of course, Wallace has been knocked out 3 times. The way he's coming in fast, either he gets to you or you can get to him.
Mesi gave a very, very good effort of himself in the Olympic trials against Lawrence Claybay, and then lost in the box office. A pretty good run for the Olympic trials. There is the knockout ratio. And you see Mesi with 10 of his 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Wallace in pursuit.
Yeah, he went straight back, Mesi, there. That's a no-no. In his early career or in the late career, at any point, you don't want to go straight back, and Wallace did the right thing. He followed him and was able to catch him. Wallace is a good puncher. Doesn't have a great chin, but he does have some power in those hands. Especially early. The book on Wallace is early, he's dangerous, and then after a couple rounds, he starts to fade. Looking at him, it's probably not physically. He probably gets discouraged if he doesn't knock you out.
Well, this is a 6-round bout. So sort of middle range. Wallace is coming off a knockout loss last October to Duncan Dokawara. First round knockout loss.
Wallace does have a new trainer, Adrian Davis. Davis feels that as far as him fading later, that will be corrected now because he's got him acting like a fighter now. He's got him in the gym sparring. He's been with him about a month. But he feels that he's been able to correct some things.
Couple of right hands from Baby Joe Mesi. Good hook to the body. Another hook to the body. Wallace dipping away from the head shots.
Every 5 punches or so, when a guy's hurt, you want to put at least one. That's what I tell my fighters, Bob. One to the body. This way you remind yourself to go back to that body because even if he is hurt, he's going to move his head. There it is. There's one. There was about 3 to the head. There it is again. 1 to the body. That's pretty good teaching for Mesi. Again, now you expect him to go to the body.
Right cross connected by Mesi. There's a right hand to the body, and Wallace tries to counter.
When a guy's hurt, instinctively he'll move his head. So if you go to the body every 3 or 4 punches, you'll freeze the guy, and you won't get into a pattern where you're missing too many to the head. There was that 1 to the body again after about 3 to the head. See, somebody told Mesi that. And that's good fundamentals for a young heavyweight.
Mesi trained by Juan Leon. Dad Jack in his corner as well. So very nice pace here in round number 1. Right hand by Baby Joe Mesi to Rohan Wallace.
Pretty impressive fundamentals by Joe Mesi here. He changes his distance, he punches, changes distance, and then he gets off the ropes, gets his man on the ropes, and then finishes to the body after a few to the head. And there it is. Not bad for the young heavyweight.
Round number 2 underway. Fans at the Blue Horizon like the action in the first round. Typical Blue Horizon round of boxing. A lot of slugging.
You mentioned at the end of the last round that the trainer for Joe Mesi is Juan de Leon. You should also say that is the brother of former cruiserweight champion Carlos Sugar de Leon. He's a real good cruiserweight champion.
See the numbers in round number 1, and Mesi with a clear advantage as far as connect percentage and so on and so forth. And again, he rips off shots.
You can see after he's put together, Fury stepped out. That time he stepped out straight, almost got caught that right hand. You want to bend when you go out, or you want to push the guy off balance so he can't hit you on the way out. But what he was doing before that, Mesi, that is, he was getting off 3 or 4, stepping out, not waiting around for the receipt, and then stepping back in.
Larry Talmadge saying no elbows, Mr. Wallace.
One thing Mesi did there, he tied off Wallace when he hit the ropes. He figured if he's not going to work, he's not going to let Mr. Wallace work. Again, good faith.
Nice body work by Mesi, and then he went up top.
Yeah, it set up the headshot. The only thing I see him do wrong, Mesi, he's going to have to correct that when he gets in the gym if he gets through this fight. Is stepping straight back, Bob. He has the tendency to go straight back and then allow a guy to follow him because he's still in the path of the punch. He's going to learn how to bend when he gets out or go around him, turn the guy, take the guy's arm and turn him a little bit. Don't go straight back. That time was okay because he went from the right range. Range and distance. You hear those words, a lot of times guys don't know what that means. It means going from the proper distance when you're safe before the guy can hit you. If you go out from too close, he can hit you on the way out. That was good distance.
I like the way Mesi works in the body attack.
Yeah, as we said at the beginning, you can notice it right away. He doesn't stay on the head too long. Every 5 or so, he'll go one to the body. And that does 2 things for him. It makes sure that he lands something if he's missing to the head. Also, it makes him bend his head, get his head out of punching position. So it helps his defense.
Counter shot by Mesi, and he puts Wallace down.
And that was set up by taking a little step back and creating a gap. And he filled the gap. Nice move by Mesi.
Wallace is not making it. Baby Joe Mesi stopped Rohan Wallace in round number 2. And Teddy, premature effort for Mesi.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. He's still a little bit green. He's got to correct that stepping straight back. But he's a young fighter. Fundamentally, he didn't look too bad.
And fundamentally, that's the key because you see so many guys in the heavyweight division, younger heavyweights, lacking the skills. And Mesi has shown some decent boxing skill.
You're going to see him set up this knockout here, and he does it with good fundamentals. He feints so he doesn't get caught coming in. He waits for the draw, and then he fills the spot. That was a nice move there by Mesi on Wallace. Again, you're going to see it. He uses his feint to get a lead out of Wallace. Here, right here. You're going to see a little feint. He gets a little lead out of him. Then he closes his gap a little bit. He gets a lead, throws the right hand, puts the left hook behind it. He made Wallace walk into those punches, Bob. That was a smart move. He did not leave himself available. He did not give up defense for offense.
Well, you have the heavyweight champions, and then you have the young prospects, and maybe Joe Mesi is in that 3rd tier, but maybe someone that you can watch in the future. He landed 42 of 146 shots, and he stopped Rohan Wallace at 240 of round number 2. Joe Mesi now 13-0, gets his 11th stoppage, and it's a nice right hand to the jaw that ends it for Mesi. Let's check in with Brian and Max.